guys. I'm Jack Torano from Espinosa Cigars. I'm the national sales director. Been with Espinosa on January 2nd. It'll be 5 years, and it's been a fun ride we've been on. From our core line to collaborating with Guy Fieri, we've been moving in the right direction. And I'm going to pass you over to our master blender and operations guy, Hector Alfonso.
I am Hector Alfonso. I am the blender for Espinosa Cigars. I've been with Espinosa Cigars since day one. February 7th, it'll be 12 years that the company's been established. Eric's been in the industry a lot longer, but it's been 12 years since he established his eponymous company. So I've been here since day one, worked on a lot of great blends, made a lot of great cigars. We're just really enjoying the ride right now. It's been a wonderful 12 years, and the last couple of years since we teamed up with Guy Fieri have really been incredible. I don't think nobody here was ready for what's happened to us in the last couple of years, but here we are. So happy to help. Prior to working for Espinosa Cigars, I worked in law enforcement. I was a criminal intelligence officer analyst for the Miami-Dade Police Department for 32 years. Somewhere around the year 22. Somewhere around around year 22, Eric reached out to me to see if I'd be interested in coming to work for him. He was thinking about opening up a company. He had just dissolved his previous relationship with EO Brands, and I came on, and not knowing what the future had in store, pretty much. But I guess after about the first 8 or 9, 10 months, he really kind of noticed that I really took to the cigar aspect of it. I really liked going to Nicaragua. I liked going to the fields, working in the factories, and from there it just kind of became I was very blessed, managed to put some blends together, learned pretty much at the beginning what Eric liked, and from there kind of developed my own taste and kind of set the tone for what the flavor is for stuff that comes out of Espinosa or stuff that's made in La Zona or anything that we might make for anybody either at La Zona or at San Lotano in Octal. So that's my history. My background is in law enforcement, but I've been smoking cigars since I was a young man in the military. So, I've been very lucky, very blessed.
So the Torano family, my family's been around since about 1916, and I've been in and out of the cigar industry for the better part of the last 35 years, which explains all this white hair. I came back in 2010 to work with the family. That brand was sold to General Cigar, and then I went to work for General. And like I said, 5 years ago, I came to work for Eric as his national sales director, and it's been a great ride. I'm happy to be here.
Well, the company, like I said, Eric was in a partnership prior to forming Espinosa Cigars. So we really kind of started just those 3 guys in an 800 square foot warehouse. And as you guys are pretty much well aware of, the cigar industry is about relationships. And Eric is a guy that, has really established really good relationships with retailers over the years. And when he came into his own, it was just fascinating to see how the growth of the company was organic. I mean, just guys who had dealt with him before with his old company were just started to show up slowly but surely. And, we kind of have a signature for what we like. Eric likes a bold cigar, not necessarily very heavy, but a cigar that's spice forward. It has a particular taste, a particular kick. So we've kind of just taken that and run with it. What's made our company, I think, a little different than other boutique brands is our engagement online. We were a company that, as we started to grow, it kind of went hand in hand with the growth of a lot of the cigar media and social media. So our company really has grown on social media with our fan base. So the guys who smoke La Zona, who smoke Espinosa, who smoke things that we make for other people, have kind of just have grown over the years. And we've just kind of ridden that wave. I mean, I want to be able to tell you there's some secret formula to it, but there hasn't. I mean, it's been a very organic growth. It's been something that We couldn't be where we are today had we not firmly ridden his shoulders for the first 6 years of, of this company. In the last 6 years, after we got our first uh, good, our first big rating in Cigar Aficionado, that kind of turned the tables, and that kind of kind of set us on the course that we've been on now. Well, I would tell you that maybe as of last year, we would still consider ourselves new kids on the block. With so many companies in the last couple of years, with the FDA thing not looming as heavily as it was, a lot of companies have gotten back into the game. A lot of guys have left where they were working before and set out on their own. I would say we're right in the middle of the pack. I think once you get around 15 years, 20 years, you can consider yourself pretty well established. I think for the 12 years that we've been around and the growth that we've had in the 12 years, it's pretty astonishing. It's pretty astonishing. We are in Hialeah Gardens. Our warehouse is in Hialeah Gardens, which is a small municipality within Miami-Dade County, and we have our factory in Nicaragua. Well, I mean, it's it was just one of those whirlwind things. I mean, guy was looking. I mean, guy has already had a successful venture with tequila, and I guess being a cigar smoker, which he's been since his youth as well, he wanted to get into the business. So I guess some contacts were made. This was right in the middle of COVID. I would say COVID was we were middle of July, August of 2020, and some contacts were made, and one thing led to another, and Guy was here at the warehouse one day, and while him and Eric were discussing, and getting to know each other, I was doing what I do. I was plying him with cigars. Try this, try that, trying to get a baseline of what he liked. But he was adamant that he wanted to get in the cigar industry. He wanted to work with somebody that had their own factory, and somebody that was a family business, and you know, uh, not small enough that we weren't relevant, but small enough that we could grow together. And it's been like that. Jack can probably elaborate further on the sales aspect and doing events with Guy, because I really don't do a lot of events. I'm more of an in-house guy, a behind the scenes guy. But you got to take into consideration that Guy is probably one of the most popular people in the United States. You may not be a cigar smoker. Your significant other might not be a cigar smoker, but I'm very sure that at one time during the week you will tune into the Food Network, and you'll see him on there, and you'll see him doing advertisements for the products that he endorses. And it's been incredible, just the amount of people that have flocked, that have been drawn to the brand because of Guy Fieri. Well, if you're looking at the stuff that Espinosa does, I mean, the prior to Guy Fieri, we've had several cigars in the top 25, um, on the cigar aficionado side.
Listen, I think
Our Habano, our 601s from his previous company that he kept when he started his own thing. We did a cigar with General that landed in the top 25 called Warzone. That was really a first collaboration for us. Laranja Reserva, which was our very first cigar to hit the top 25. But when it comes to the stuff that we're doing now, I mean, we're just we're kind of just on cruise control with the stuff that we have.
Laranja probably put us on the map.
And what has happened with Guy is that not only did we do a celebrity cigar, but we did a cigar that stands on its own merit. I mean, had Guy Fieri not been part of the cigar, that cigar would have still done very well. It's a good cigar. And the collaboration and the partnership that we have with Guy is not just a celebrity who's putting his name on a cigar and hoping for the best. It's a guy who's been involved since the beginning, and with every aspect of it. The branding, the blending, the taste profile. Doing events with us. It's just it's been it's not only been good for Espinosa Cigars, it's been good for the industry, because you have a person in Guy Fieri who can take our industry and our passion for cigars and take it mainstream. You watch his TV shows; he's wearing the knuckle sandwich shirt. You know, he went to the Big Smoke. He went to the art. He went to the trade show twice. He's been doing events with Jack and Eric throughout the country at shops that have been that have been fans, not much fans, but who were in with the knuckle sandwich cigar from the beginning, and you know they're being rewarded with a guy coming to their shop and doing events there. It's been great. It's just been a really good time to be in the industry and a really good time to be with Espinosa Cigars.
Listen, it changes. With me, it changes all the time.
Well, of our brand, I'm a big fan of the Laranja Oscuro, which is a medium to full bodied Laranja Brazilian wrapper. Uh, it's to me, it's just a cigar that just kind of hits every point for me. Jack has probably a couple of different favorites, but that's my favorite. Uh, and it was, as a matter of fact, it was Cigar Snob Magazine Cigar of the Year in 2020. And it's I the thing is, for me, I don't really smoke a lot of our brands that we sell because I just it's you know for me it's those are cigars that we need to sell. I really spend most of my time smoking other people's cigars that they bring me because I like to see what's out there and what other guys are making, and then see what trends might be appearing and popping up. And I smoke a lot of samples. I smoke a lot of things that didn't become production cigars, but were still very good. Just not quite as good, but it just it keeps me busy, keeps me smoking during the day, and you know Jack's view on his favorite cigar is completely different than mine, but also he has some favorites in our line as well.
Yeah, listen, it was funny that on day one we did a Facebook Live when I came to the company to work for Eric, and Eric said to me, what are some of your favorite cigars?" And I said, "I'm a fan of Connecticut cigars," and he said, "Boy, you came to the wrong company." At that time, we only had Crema, and coming from Torano, where we had a very light Connecticut, it took me a little bit to get used to a more medium, more flavorful, more complex Connecticut in the Crema, and I quickly fell in love with the Crema. And with smoke, I listen. I'm smoking the Knuckle Sandwich Connecticut right now. I love. I go back and forth. I'm not a medium to full bodied cigar smoker, probably because I'm always smoking a cigar, so I kind of stay to the lighter side of things. But I do the Laranja in 2015 was one of my favorite cigars. I mean, I wasn't working with a company, but I remember back then telling Hector and Eric, this is going to be top five. And as excited as everybody was that it got the number 13 cigar of the year, we were behind the scenes a little bit disappointed because we felt that cigar was the strongest uh, cigar to be eligible for that list. Laranja Reserva's been in there once, and we've had about 7 in the last 5 years. So we really can't complain about that. And Cigar Aficionado's taking a liking. We kind of break that mold where everybody says it's a pay-per play. We really don't advertise in Cigar Aficionado, but we have a great relationship with them, and we're this week they're releasing this year's top 25, and we're watching it with excitement. Hopefully we'll get on there again. But yeah, I am currently, and it changes like I told you, but currently at Knuckle Sandwich Connecticut, which is one of our pricier cigars. So I'm sure Eric doesn't appreciate me depleting the inventory on those. Listen, we're very excited to be part of Vitola's and the Cigars and More family. And
Oh, we appreciate it. Thank you so much.